So I've been investing for 2.5 years now, but I feel nothing. There's no immediate reward, and even if there is one, it's just years away. So it leads to a bigger problem that we have today. That whenever we start investing and we do it consistently just to change our lives, life gets in the way. And with that consistency, well, that goes out of the window. So whether it's paying off debt, investing, or saving, why is it so hard to stay disciplined? And why is it so hard to stay consistent? So, if you're new to this channel, then hi, I'm Arul. And techniques don't stick with me unless I understand the reason or the behavior behind them. And in order to stay consistent, I had to understand why I wasn't consistent in the first place and what was the behavior that I was following. So, today, in this video, I'm going to share 3 of those reasons that you might also be following without even knowing them. And the first reason is saving and investing. It feels like a sacrifice. So every time I see the money move from my paycheck to my investment account, I feel like I'm giving something up every time that happens. I can use that money in the present to buy some nicer clothes, have great experiences, or maybe buy some new versions of iPhone, Omega watches, or maybe new Jordan shoes. But I don't do that. I'm not choosing to do that. Instead, I am choosing to take that money and put that into an investment pool or investment account, which doesn't give me an immediate return that I can enjoy right now in the present. And that makes me feel like I'm sacrificing a lot. So the question comes that are we really wired to continue making those sacrifices, even when there is no immediate reward? So especially now with social media showing people living their best lives, they're upgrading, they're buying new things. I guess it just amplifies the feeling that I'm sacrificing a lot on my present just to make sure that I have a better future. But after working towards a lot of consistency, I've realized that this is not the right approach. And maybe it requires a mindset shift where we understand that this isn't about sacrifice, it's about prioritization. So instead of thinking that I'm sacrificing a lot on my present, I've wired my brain to think that by investing consistently, I am prioritizing the future version of myself. And I believe that this mindset shift can contribute heavily towards consistency. So the second reason is that we don't understand the potential of small amounts. So let's say I want to buy a new car. And because of how world works today, it is so easy for me to get a car on loan which is worth $20,000 or $30,000. It's not a big deal. And when I do this, or even when I see this around, it sends a signal to my brain that this amount is not significant and it is well within my spending power. And this kind of mindset also transfers into saving and investing, where I think I've seen so many people, or I've heard so many people say this, that what's the point of saving $20,000 or $30,000? It is not going to make a big difference in my life anyway. And I've seen we just never start because of this, which is when I guess the big problem starts. Because when we follow this kind of mindset, we undervalue the potential of the starting point. And we think that the real progress only comes when we hit the big numbers, like 100K or $1 million. But in reality, going from 0 to 10K or 0 to 20K is actually everything. Because this is where the behavior is built. This is where the discipline is formed. And this is where the foundation is created. And I've also saved for the down payment of my condo, and I've been investing consistently even after that. And there's one thing that I've learned, that these first few $1,000s, they actually matter more than we think, because they start compounding, they build momentum, and most importantly, they change how we behave with money. But sadly, we don't do that. But honestly, I've realized that it's not because we are careless. It's truly because that we are unaware of the patterns that we follow. The third reason is that the progress is invisible. And not just invisible to you, but invisible to the rest of the world. Some time ago, I read a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And there was this one chapter that really got stuck with me, which was that we humans have a deepest desire to feel important and to feel seen. So now, with this information, it all makes sense to me that we naturally gravitate towards the things that are visible to the world. For example, we love to buy nicer things, we love to travel, and we love to post it on the social media. I guess all these things help us grab the attention of the people, which eventually helps us feel important. and it feels good. Now compare that to investing, where we're taking money and silently putting into our investment account. Now, we cannot show off this investment account easy to anyone. There's no dopamine rush, there's no immediate reward. It is not impacting our lifestyle as of now, it is not improving it in the present. We need to let that money stay there, be invested so that it can grow. And over the years, then it is going to impact our lifestyle or improve it. So, all of this is actually really boring to stay consistent with. And that's why it is really, really hard. But I believe that this can be rectified with just acceptance. I know this sounds crazy, but accepting the fact that the progress is actually done in silence. It's not flashy, and it can feel boring at times. And in my experience with acceptance, this helps us set correct expectations with ourselves, which helps bring consistency more. So if you resonated with any of my reasons today, then do let me know in the comment section. I would really like to know that. And if you like these diary style videos, then hit the subscribe button because it is free to you, but it is going to help me create some similar content in the future.